Say hello to the Lenovo Yoga 7i Slim. This is the Intel edition with the Intel 7 Core Ultra. It's a Lunar Lake processor. It starts with 16 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD, which is really nice because you get plenty of storage. And right now it's on sale for $9.99 as they're making this video. Normal MSRP $12.99. I have an affiliate link in the description. It'll take you to the website to go check it out. But plenty of ports. You got Thunderbolt 4, you got HDMI out, you've got a privacy switch shutter to go with the 1080p webcam, and it's got a beautiful, beautiful screen on it. I mean, it looks almost as good as an OLED, but it's an IPS panel. But the nice thing about the IPS panel, you don't have to worry about the PWM, the flickering. You don't have to worry about it. People who are sensitive to that stuff, no worry about screen burn-in, and it's really nice. 500 nits brightness, 120 hertz refresh rate, touchscreen. All that at the $9.99 ballpark. And it's also got the collaboration with Lenovo and with Intel with the Aura Edition stuff. No, that doesn't mean that there's a bunch of fancy glowing LEDs on it, but there are some software enhancements that make a better experience. And it's got a really nice tap feature where if you've got an iPhone, and this is a great PC, it's a Windows laptop, great for people who use an iPhone because not everybody who uses an iPhone wants to use a MacBook. 1 terabyte. And then you've got some of the other cool stuff where you can just tap your phone on it and it sends your file, your pictures over, updates your photo library, and it's just an extra thing that goes along with it that's pretty cool. But overall, really impressive. 15.3-inch screen, Quad HD graphics. It's in between 1080p and 4K, 120 hertz refresh rate, touchscreen, beautiful, 4-speaker setup, Bluetooth 5.4, Wi-Fi 7. So this thing is decked out to the nines. It's got basically everything you can ask for in a nice kind of productivity laptop. Great for work, great for school. You can do some light gaming on here because it is very powerful. It's got the integrated ARC graphics, so it's an upgrade over the Iris stuff. No longer in here. And yeah, great build quality, all metal design. Good laptop. So let's dive in and take a look at it. Here we have the Lenovo Yoga 7i Slim. This is the Aura Edition, special edition. It's got the Lunar Lake chip in it, Intel Core Ultra 7, and great because it's got Intel Arc integrated graphics. It's on sale as of the making this video for $9.99, normally $12.99, 16 gigabytes soldered on memory into the board, built into the board, unified memory. It has a 1 terabyte SSD, which you can upgrade and get a bigger one that you can replace yourself, and you can get it in 2 different memory configurations, either 16 or 32 gigabytes. Those are the 2 options. It's not expandable. You can't change it out yourself. So what you see is what you get. Sadly, there is no SD card media slot. I kind of wish it had one, but it's not the end of the world that it doesn't. But the $9.99 price tag on this right now is really good. A couple $100 off. Normal MSRP $12.99, which is pretty fair. But if you can get it for several $100s cheaper, that makes for an even better deal, right? Here's a sound test for the 7i Slim Aura Edition. See what the speakers sound like. Got the volume control buttons down here on the keyboard. And this is at 100% volume. Sound quality of volume is not terrible. Pretty decent quality. And it's nice you have these upward facing speakers instead of the ones on the bottom. I like that too. Here we have the traditional yoga keyboard with the shield style keys. A little more boxed off than normal, I think. Or maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me. Nice key press on them. It's solid. Doesn't make a whole lot of noise. Not super clicky. Nice, good key press on it, I think. It's good distance. Not too shallow, not too deep when you're typing. And then you got a solid touchpad here too, which you can see doesn't make a whole lot of noise either whenever you're pressing on that. So it's nice and responsive. Feels good. Premium quality materials. And overall, I think it's got a pretty good build quality on the entire laptop. I think they've done a good job with it. Now, one thing you can't do is you can't open the laptop with one hand. It's too lightweight. The bottom of it doesn't weigh enough, so you have to use 2 hands to open it. So just some food for thought there. Also, one thing that's a really nice benefit with the Intel chip, the Core Ultra here, instead of using, let's say, a Snapdragon Elite processor, the ARM-based chip is, you can see here, I've got Riot Games pulled up. You can play Fortnite, you can play Valorant. You don't have those software and app compatibility issues that you do from a normal x86 processor and then using it on an ARM-based chip. Sometimes those ARM-based chips, certain games, certain apps are just not programmed, optimized for them yet. Can't take advantage of the architecture. So you get 100% full Windows-based compatibility here. That's a big win for some people, especially if you've got special software for work, special software for school, certain apps or programs or games you want to run. This right here is going to give you an advantage over the Snapdragon chips. I have Valorant pulled up here. I'm just in the range, but I wanted to highlight something. And I talked about this briefly earlier with the software compatibility. You can do some gaming on here, and it's particularly effective when you have some of these more modern games that are not super big on GPU requirements, even though it has the integrated Arc Intel graphics, which is better. It's better than the old Iris graphics, so it is helpful there. But if you've got some of these games like Valorant, it's very CPU driven. You get League of Legends, very CPU driven, and then some other games that are more intensive. You can play them, but you might have to turn down the resolution, turn down the settings, things like that. Not really a gaming laptop, but it is capable of doing some gaming. And I mean, you can get a solid 60 frames per second on Valorant. You can get higher than that. It's just on battery power right now, so it's limited to peak 60 frames per second. But yeah, it's something that you can do some casual gaming on. You can even do some video editing if it's nothing that's too crazy. And I mean, it's something I could do with mine. I don't have a Windows-based video editor. I use Final Cut Pro on my MacBook, but this is a nice alternative. It's kind of like a jack of all trades, plenty of power. You can do a little bit of everything. And again, just to echo, no compatibility issues, which is nice. One nice thing with the Yoga 7i Slim, it has Windows Hello, so it will use the facial recognition with the IR to unlock it. There's no fingerprint scanner, but the Windows Hello is nice. You got a nice metal body, metal build on the top and on the bottom, so that's something that's nice. And then you've got plenty of ports. So we have a Thunderbolt 4 on each side, and then you got the power button. You've got a USB Type A there, and then you've got the switch here for the privacy switch that will disengage and turn off the webcam, which is good. And we'll take a look at the webcam in a minute. You've also got HDMI out, which is nice. Another Thunderbolt, you can do display out, and then you have a headphone jack, and then you got the ventilation down on the bottom. It does have fans in here, but the fans really, they're very, very, very quiet, and you've got two speakers down on the bottom as well. So you got the two on deck, which are bookended on the keyboard, and the two on the bottom. So a little bit better sound and speaker experience than a lot of other laptops in the category. Again, laptop speakers are never going to be truly amazing, but they're decent and make for an enjoyable experience. Here's the webcam on the laptop. It's 1080p. As you can see with lighting here, it's okay, a little on the grainy side. It's not the nicest or the sharpest webcam I've ever seen on a laptop, but it is there. It is functional. You can use it. And of course, you can use it for Zoom and Skype and whatever else you want to use it for. But it's nice, it's built in. And then it's also cool with the privacy switch over here. You just flick the little switch and it disengages it. And you also got the LED indicator right here letting you know that the webcam is on. So very easy to tell whether it's on or off. And of course, the visual representation there, you can see that it's turned off. So that's something that's nice. And I think people like that feature a lot. One other thing I want to talk about, so it's the Aura edition. It's got some special software stuff, cooperation between Lenovo and Intel. And one cool thing, I can't do it because I'm recording with my iPhone right now, but you can actually tap when you connect and pair your iPhone with the laptop. It's got Bluetooth 5.4, it's got Windows 7, Wi-Fi 7, all those great things. You can tap it and it will sync your library with the computer, which is really cool. And I think this is a fantastic PC, Windows-based laptop for people who carry an iPhone. A lot of times, let's face it, in the United States, iPhones are very, very, very popular. So more popular than Android, but not everybody wants a MacBook. Some people do like Windows, especially for like work or for students doing software. just regular coursework and things like that. It's nice because you get some of the benefits. Of course, you can do the tap feature, which is really cool, really popular thing. And despite the name Aura, there's no like LEDs or anything on here. When I first heard the name Aura, I'm like, oh, cool, maybe it's got LED lights on it. Yeah, that's not really the case. That's just what they called it. But yeah, pretty neat experience here. Of course, you can pair your phone with it, the tap feature to sync your library, and there's some other cool stuff in there. Plus, Copilot Plus enabled as well if you want to do some of the AI stuff. And it's got almost 50 tops for the neural processing unit, which is trillion operations per second. So that's also nice too if you're into AI. Here's the power adapter that goes with the laptop. It's a two-piece component with the AC cable and the adapter that goes to a USB-C, which the cable is pretty decent size, and then you can charge on either side, 65 watts, and that's nice. You get the universal ability to plug it in on both sides. It's lightweight. It's not a big heavy brick or anything like that, and doesn't make for a whole lot of heavy stuff when you're carrying it around. Also nice, the laptop only weighs 3.2 pounds, and it's got a 15.3-inch screen, which is pretty impressive. So that's all I've got on my review of the Lenovo Yoga 7i, the Slim Edition, the Aura Edition. Very, very nice laptop. Great price point, on sale at $999. Definitely competitive with the MacBook Airs, even competitive, I think, with the MacBook Pros. You're not going to get as great of video editing as you do with Final Cut Pro and the new M4 processor. But if you do some light video editing, you can do that perfectly fine on here. And it's got plenty of available power. It's nice. It's quiet. Easy 65-watt power supply. Plug in with USB-C. And yeah, it's nice. Lenovo did a really good job with this one. And also, I love the Intel chipset because you bypass all those other issues you might have with the Snapdragon with software, app compatibility, and things like that. That's one of the issues that you run into with that. I reviewed the 7i Slim that came out. And of course, this has Copilot Plus as well. It's got the neural processor unit in there. I believe it's 48 tops is what it can do, 48 trillion operations per second on the neural processor unit. So that's really nice if you're into AI, ChatGPT, any of that stuff. But of course, Copilot Plus, that's also a nice addition there with Windows 11. And yeah, they did a good job with it. I think it's very well balanced, has power where it needs it, has sophistication where it needs it. It feels very premium. And if you get one, I think you'll probably enjoy it. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.